Boom! Hey all you sports fans out there in the Tubosphere. Welcome to the One Man Sports Rant, Gen 2.0. I am your host, Will, the alternative ESPN, or in this case NBC, Sports Thrill, bringing you our Olympics-only format. A few more days left. You have to excuse me. You probably might be seeing this for the first time. It's like I'm doing pre-production, get ready for the show, and suddenly I get a case of the burpees, the hiccups, itchy face. It's like, I know it doesn't look professional. It's like really bad timing sometimes. All right. So what is Gen 2.0 of the OMSR? Well, in Generation 1, we had over 200 shows covering things like Baylor's Heisman Trophy, lots of college football, as said, college basketball, the NBA, Winter X Games. I could go on and on and on. Lots of singular moments. I got dinged by the NFL showing some highlights from the Super Bowl. Spoke to the gal that runs the division there, NFL Properties LLC in New York. She flat out told me they do not give anybody permission, even if it's only 10 seconds, to post anything. So don't go there. Because that's all they do, apparently, every day there, is look for videos on social networking sites. And then the NCAA came a calling this year, not with a full-blown copyright strike, but with content ID matches for some NCAA tournament games, but not the others. And I was like, you know what? Forget this, because I'm kind of, heading towards thin ice. I'm going to start over with a clean slate. Okay, so we'll get to the legal disclaimer now. I'm going to sound like Tank here. Neil's operator, going to go through all this boring program software stuff. Let's get to combat training. Well, legal disclaimers are sort of like that. Okay, this show is copyright to the OMSR with brief video highlights courtesy to NBC and the IOC. And it's covered by what's called the DCA or the DMCA, Digital Copyright Act or Millennium Copyright Act, as it was hashed out through WIPO, the World Intellectual Property Organization. Forgive the digital stopwatch for the 2-minute warning, it's a little bit off kilter lately. So what do I mean by that? I don't own the video highlights within the show, but I do own the content, original content therein, and the concept on a whole is copyright to the OMSR, as I said. Okay, so you might be saying, well, that's all fine and good. Well, why would I want to watch? I see 15 minutes. It's not 15 minutes of talk. It's not 15 minutes of highlights. But because of the aforementioned stipulations, the way things have to be structured, you do have to listen to me for about 7 to 10 minutes. And I know you could fast forward to the video highlights. I know it's not everybody's cup of tea for this little, amateur sports talk show, but I guarantee you will hear sports analysis in a way that you won't find on any other network, because we don't have to answer to the network, the sponsors, or the gatekeepers, the producers. And it is an OMSR specialty. The clips that we do show get to the heart of the matter, the particular sporting event being covered, as to how it went down. You get a good idea watching it. If you want to, there's tons of 1 to 2 minute clips all over YouTube. That's not the goal here. This is a sports talk show mainly, not interested in million hit vids. That's not going to happen with 15 minutes. And there's a reason why they're only 1 to 2 minutes, because you can get away with that even if it's been expressly forbidden to post, without the written consent. With 30-second clips. What's the point of that, right? Okay. So on every show I like to, get into the Life Rant Sports Rant. It's a carryover from Generation 1 as it pertains to the highlights being shown. Today we're talking, again, with beach volleyball. Right on. Misty, Kerri Walsh. We're going to miss them as a team. Alright, let's spike that off set. Not take out our cameraman like I almost did the other day. Just so you know, heads up. We're going to use, I wouldn't ordinarily do this. I know I'm talking in fragments right now. It's been a bad day on this set. I haven't done anything right with any of these shows. I'm playing catch up. You may have noticed some of the one highlights from their match with Italy, and I wanted to post that first. That'll be first. What am I trying to say here? We're going to use this show twice. So in this show, it's how they made Italy cry. But it just goes to show how dominant they were. The record speaks for it, and they kicked everybody's tushy in the Olympics except the gals from Austria. I thought it was a prerequisite that you had to be sort of cute in women's beach volleyball. No offense. We do have standards here on the OMSR to be classy and not mean-spirited and so forth. But the Schweiger sisters, it takes more than just being toned. Yeah, every other woman's team was, quite fetching. I'm sure they're quite fetching in Austria, but they put a kink in Misty and Kerri's record there, but then they thumped them 2 in a row. And they kept doing it. So this Italian match, and then China, and then this show will also cover, it'll be duplicated, there'll be 2, the gold match, as it was last night. Alright, so Life Ran Sports Round of the day. Everyone talked about how there were doubts with them, they were going to repeat gold. This notion that just because you're in your 30-something or 40-something, that everything's got to be with the 20-something generation, especially here in SoCal, it's got to stop. I'm on the cusp of at the older end of Generation X. When I was in my 20s, I didn't think the 30-somethings were, old, and certainly didn't view them that way. Listen to them, learn from them. Even the 40-somethings. People are aging as they get older, much younger, and obviously we all know that, than say like 20, 30 years ago. So I mean, and they proved it, Misty and Kerri. And Misty's only 34. They didn't really talk about Kerri's age so much. 30-something? What? Suddenly you're done? I know beach volleyball is a grueling sport, but they handed the visor, or all the Oakley shades being worn, you notice there in London, Oakley's real popular with them, they're sunglasses. All the 20-somethings. And the 20-something, this notion that the 20-something is the it generation, no. You still got a lot to learn, with all due respect to the 20-somethings. Doesn't mean the older generation won't listen to you, but, it's like I remember that show on Fox, The OC, everybody loved The OC. Dude was like 22, the creator of that. On the local news was spotlighting him all the time, how great and creative he is. Haven't heard from him since. If it was such a great show, why did it last only 2 years? That's how it is here in Hollywood. The casting. My girlfriend's a bigwig in SAG. The market's been phased out for older actors. Enough. All right, so now you know the deal with the shows. Splitting them up. I'm also going to include a clip that explained the other day. The cameraman and I chimed in. It was a volleyball show as well. This is probably our last one. I've done volleyball to death, but for good reason, and on the women's side. The feedback issue, I think one of the clips may have that. So women's volleyball, right on, and specifically Korean volleyball. If you've had a chance to watch them, they look every bit as dominant as the USA. All right, spike that offset. Oh. Cameraman, watch out. Hey, we get that issue fixed? Yeah, I got to apologize for the last couple of shows. There's a little bit of a white balance, off-kilter feedback loop. Something like that. This show, I don't think it's that bad, right? Got it. But for tonight, I think we'll be okay. No further ado, bid an adieu to Eddie, Iron Maiden's mascot. You heard the Trooper. I figured Iron Maiden would be the perfect band for the musical lead-into with this song, The Trooper. Proud of their English roots. And The Trooper, with respect to all these athletes in the Olympics to get to this point, they've been a Trooper, so I have to give a Trooper award. So Misty and Kerri, we're going to miss you teaming up together. Misty, I may run into you around here, but enjoy retirement. Alright, so a couple catchphrases from Generation 1. No silly DUIs while you're out there celebrating the Olympics or your preferred sport. In later days, and more Olympic trips.
Take care of the pass and then make Kerri Walsh move. Runs with deep and red. Ross showing who's the boss on that play. As she puts it storybook ending. You just got it. They won gold in Athens. They won gold in Beijing, but doubt was in the air. Competition got better. They got older. But in the end, what prevailed? Their belief in themselves and each other. And how about a golden hug for the coach? Matches in a row before bowing out to Misty and Kerri. Kerri talked about the journey. She said in Athens we were babies, happy to be at the show. In Beijing there were expectations. We understood what it took and there was pressure to repeat. London is about Misty. It's the person and the athlete. We have something very special and I wanted to be there at the finish. Misty and Kerri, their final match in Olympic competition. They finished undefeated in matches, 42-1 in sets overall.
Misty and I just said we have something really special, and the world knows that we know and we embrace it.
You knew this moment was coming. You have played your last competitive volleyball match. How do you say goodbye to the sport that you've loved for so long?
I mean, I love this woman next to me. I'm a little speechless right now because I can't believe this is my last match. I'm not going to leave this sport. I'm going to be following Kerri, and I want to push her to still continue to be the best player she can be, best mom, best friend, best wife, everything. And I'm so looking forward to volleyball. Such a small part of what we do. I am so looking forward to spending more time off the court with this woman. You know?
Yeah, and Kerri, for so long it's been Kerri and Misty. Misty and Kerri, you guys go together. How do you say goodbye to Misty tonight?
I don't have to. I never ever will. Not ever. This deal the deal, but I can't talk about it. I can't.
Congratulations on a gold medal for one. Thank you.
Misty and Kerri, the two icons of the sport, they end their journey together as the greatest team of all time.